So my dude's Valkyrja, and today we are going to be looking at Yae Miko with beta coming about to an end. I think it's safe to say she's not going to have many changes left, if any at all. We're going to be taking a look at her and basically talking about her kit and should you be hyped up, blah, 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 and all that stuff. Beta, I think, is just about ending or getting ready to end. It normally ends around like with 2 weeks left in the patch, so we're right at that point. And I want to talk about it. As always with this, we're on Honey Impact. If you guys do not know, if you guys care about being spoiled about anything, like you're very not wanting spoilers, there's potentially a new weekly boss, and if there's a new weekly boss, she'll have new weekly boss materials, meaning you might get a little spoiled. So just putting that out there, a little warning. So let's go ahead, let's get into it. You can see she has pretty high base attack, actually. She's actually almost up there with Xiao. Yeah, you can see she's only 9 behind Xiao if my face is not in the way. You can see she's only about 9 behind Xiao at 340 base attack. I'm trying to remember like where my face is going to be. I'm new to this. She's going to be about 340 base attack, which is really, really good. And she ascends with crit rate, which is also really, really damn good. As far as her materials, she needs the Inkanomiya boss. Very fun. Love farming that boss, not really, but you know, we're gonna say we do. And then as far as her normal and charge attack multipliers, I'm gonna be real, I've already read over her kit. I'm gonna tell you guys what matters and doesn't matter, but this really does not matter in the end. Her normal and charge attack, you're basically never going to be doing it. Just straight up, you're not going to be doing it at all. Her E, you are going to be doing a lot of, actually. Her E is actually a really good source of damage. What her E basically does is she dashes and she puts down little totems. She can have up to stacks like Xiao's dash, and she can also get up to 3 stacks for 3 totems. And what the totems do is they periodically strike one nearby enemy with lightning, dealing electro damage. When there are other Sesso Sakura nearby, the level will increase, boosting the damage, and a maximum of 3 Sesso Sakura can exist simultaneously. This is a really good source of damage. You can see 109%. Well, it goes up to about 171 without constellations. You need constellations to get to damage level 4, so it's something you're not really going to worry about. If you're like me, you're not going to get constellations, but it goes up to about 171% at level 3. And then her ult, what her ult does is it makes all of the totems explode, and it's basically like a souped up version of Sara's ult. So you know how Sara ult swims down lightning? That's what she does. She summons down lightning with the Great Secret Art Tenko Kenshin, summons down one big bolt of lightning, and then she goes ahead and explodes the totems, and they also summon down bolts of lightning. So you get reciprocal lightning. So you go up to 468, then 601 times 3. It is a very, very big PP damage. That is like around a 2,000 multiplier total if you add everything. It's quite a lot. Here's where you can see her mats. Just keep in mind that there's boss mats there, is why I'm not going to talk about it. And then as for her passives, her character crafting mat, rolling original talent based material, those are nice to have, but I mean, let's be real. Who wants to? I've never cared about a passive mat outside, because once you get Albedo and I think Sing Cho, once you get those 2 bases covered, you're good. When casting Great Secret Art Tenko Kenshin, each Sasho Sakura destroyed resets the cooldown for 1 charge of Yakan Evocation Sisho Second. So it resets the cooldown for 1 charge of it, so she can get charges quicker. That they actually changed. Last time I read this, it wasn't this. It was like they reduces cooldown by seconds, but they just straight up said, "Oh, you refund it." So it literally turned her into an ult bot. I kind of understand how a playstyle is going to be already. It's going to be really good. Now, this is the passive that confuses a lot of people. For every point of elemental mastery Yae possesses, will increase Sessho Sakura damage by 0.15%. A lot of people are thinking you need to build really high EM on her. I'm going to tell you this right now. This is literally just her skill damage. This Sessho Sakura is her skill. You go back up, you scroll up. Sessho Sakura is right here. It's just 1 skill. So you are not really going to be doing this. This is nice, but it's not going to be your main focal point. Your main focal point, definitely, in my opinion, is this. I already know how a gameplay loop goes. I'll explain it here in a little bit after we go over our constellations. But she's going to be incredibly powerful. She is going to just be absolutely insane. Each time Great Secret Art Tenko Kenshin activates a Tenko Thunderbolt, Yae Miko will restore 8 elemental energy for herself. That's kind of negligible. She's on the Raiden Shogun team. Raiden Shogun's going to fully fund her ult. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot to mention this part. She has a 90 cost ult and 22 second cooldown. First of that. Outside of Raiden, Raiden has an 18 second cooldown though. She has 22. Sessho Sakura starts at level 2 when created, and their max level increases to 4. And its max attack range is increased by 60%. If you're going for Constellations, Constellation 2 is really, really good because you get access to a whole new level of scaling with level 4. 201.45%. It's 40% more than level 3. Really, really damn good. Constellation 4 is when Sessho Sakura Lightning hits opponents, the electro damage bonus of all nearby party members is increased by 20%. Really want you to run her with Raiden Shogun from Mono Electro. It's definitely, they really want it to happen. Sessho Sakura's attack will ignore 60% of the opponent's defense. Remember how I said Raiden has a C6 for her C2? You remember that? Yae Miko literally has Raiden C6 for her C2. It's crazy, but this is only her skill damage. Her skill damage is going to be very high, but the way she's going to function, in my opinion, is going to make it to where it's not something you really want to focus, in my opinion. Like, for example, I've already shown my artifacts for her. I might make another video on them. But basically, I'm running 4-piece emblem. I'm focusing on ult damage because I think the way it's going to function and the way she's going to work inside a team is you're going to tap the skill button 3 times. Like if I have my controller here, I'm going to boop, boop, boop. Hit it 3 times. She's going to dash 3 times, summon 3 totems. I'm going to cycle through my entire rotation. I'm going to go to her. I'm going to hit her ult. And according to this passive now, it's going to completely refund all of them. Each Sessho Sakura destroyed resets the cooldown for 1 charge of Sessho Sakura. So it's going to refund all 3. I'm going to be able to summon all 3 again and then go to Raiden's ult and keep going around and constantly have this this AoE tick damage going down along with the Mono Electro going with Kazuha. I think it's going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be Raiden, Yae Miko, Kazuha, and Zhongli all in a single team, and they're going to be so cracked. So much raw electro damage is going to be coming out. But the one reason I say don't worry too much about this, because it's something that if you focus solely on this, you're going to be losing damage on her ult. If you focus solely on the elemental mastery portion of her, you're going to be losing a lot of damage on her ult because it doesn't affect it. Her ult is going to do well with attack. Attack feeds into both of these. So while EM might necessarily get you more DPS out of Sessho Sakura, I think attack overall is a nice little balance that's going to be getting you both. That's why I've always been saying attack sans. Obviously, you're going to run an Electro Goblet because everything she does is Electro, and an attack, or not attack circlet, a crit damage circlet. Hopefully you can get a crit damage circlet. But she's going to be really, really cracked, especially since she ascends with crit rate. If she comes with the crit damage weapon, wink, wink, she's going to be very, 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 very strong. She's going to hit really, really hard because of crit rate ascension. So that's basically the video. That's my opinions on Yae Miko. I think Yae Miko is going to be the absolute best Electro DPS in the game. As far as how she's going to stack up against other DPS, she has very, very high raw damage and very high off the field damage. Actually, if I pull it up, you can see her E damage is literally around double Raiden Shogun's. You can see Raiden Shogun here. Our coordinated attack damage is 76%, and then coordinated, or not the coordinated attack, but the attack damage for Yae Miko is 171%. And not to mention, they're going to be able to combine and they're going to hit each other and they're going to be able to feed off each other, kind of like how Albedo and Zhongli interact, where you can have an AFK comp. So it's going to be an incredibly, incredibly cracked setup. She's going to be super, super cracked. I know for a fact I am getting her. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Will you guys be summoning for Yae Miko? Because I know I will. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. As always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.